Thank you guys for getting the call kicked off. A special welcome to all of our Healthy Home family members, and a special welcome home to all of our guests on this evening. For those that are new to Healthy Home or just learning about Healthy Home, we certainly want to welcome you to this special call. This is a historic call because we are going to launch our next natural product breakthrough. And this is one of those nights that I hope you remember, because we are going to change the game of health in your home and those surrounding you. Now, let's get into it. I want to start with our mission. Healthy Homes' mission is creating healthier homes all around the world. And we want to be your partners in health. And in order to do that, it was important that we followed a product philosophy, something that my partners and I determined early on in Healthy Home is how we were going to bring products to market. Now, what we didn't want to do is do what a lot of companies do, is just kind of stick with one product category. We knew if you wanted to partner with us for a healthier home, we needed to bring forward unique products in different product categories. And so what we do is we partner with the leading researchers and scientists from all around the world. These are researchers and scientists that have spent years studying ingredients, have clinical science backing certain formulas. And then what we do is we become the channel for these natural product breakthroughs. And this product is no different. But what is different is this product itself. Once in a while, when something comes across your desk and you start to understand not just the ingredients behind this and the formula, but more importantly, the need for this product, it starts to feel different. And in this particular case, early on, we could tell that there was a need for this, not just the product, but even the conversation surrounding this product that was going to impact Healthy Home in a momentous way. So, what is this all about? I want to talk to you about hormone health, and specifically women's hormone health. Did you know today that women are experiencing hormone imbalance earlier than ever? Things like anxiety, weight gain, and even women experiencing premenopausal symptoms in their 30s and 40s can all be attributed to an imbalance of hormones. Now, we know that there is a problem out there because we've seen a massive rise in hormone replacement therapy and bioidentical hormones. So women are searching for solutions. Now, at Healthy Home, we partner with the leading researchers and scientists in this arena to create a natural product, a natural breakthrough solution in a very growing problem, which is hormone imbalance. So it is my pleasure to announce Healthy Home's newest and latest natural product breakthrough, Balance.
Life seems unstoppable for those in balance. It feels like energy, focus, and confidence flow effortlessly for everyone else. But we understand it's not always that easy. When your hormones fall out of balance, everything changes. Sleepless nights, mood swings, unexplained weight gain, and hot flashes can disrupt even the brightest days. From thinning hair and skin issues to persistent fatigue, hormonal imbalances take a serious toll on your body, mood, and overall well-being. What's more, modern life isn't making it any easier. Environmental toxins, highly processed foods, and endocrine disruptors are triggering hormonal shifts earlier than ever, leaving some women experiencing perimenopause symptoms as early as their 30s, from night sweats to hot flashes. These changes can leave even the most confident women feeling overwhelmed and helpless. But you don't have to navigate it alone. Introducing Balance, a proprietary transdermal hormone solution designed to help you regain energy, enhance focus, and restore confidence. Our custom 14-ingredient formula seamlessly blends science and nature, using clinically proven and scientifically backed ingredients to support your body's natural rhythms. Designed to restore balance, this powerful blend was created to smooth the ups and downs of fluctuating hormones. No synthetic hormones, just plant-based power. What sets Balance apart is our transdermal nanoshield technology, an advanced cellular transport system. This innovation encapsulates and protects active ingredients from breaking down, delivering them directly into your cells where they're needed most. That means better absorption and maximum benefits with every use. From promoting better sleep, energy, and mood, to reducing symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats, Balance supports you in every way. It even helps with skin, hair, and weight management. Because feeling balanced should restore confidence. With its plant-based ingredients, breakthrough hormone solution, and a 60-day money-back guarantee, there's no reason to wait. Confidence and balance are just one application away. Contact the person who shared this video with you or visit healthyhome.com for more information.
Introducing Balance, Healthy Home's latest natural product breakthrough. This product is specifically designed to help women balance their ever-changing hormones as they age. Now, this product is targeted towards all women everywhere because when you're in your 30s, you start to see that imbalance of hormones. When you move into your 40s and 50s, you get into the premenopausal phase, and certainly even into your menopausal phase, all of your hormones need balancing, and that's exactly what this product does. This exclusive to Healthy Home and unique product is being produced right here in the United States. And there are clinical studies attached to the ingredients in this product showing that it can indeed balance your hormones. So let's hear from our formulators and our formulating partners on how this revolutionary new product works and some of the science behind it.
Dr. Lindsay, a doctor of naturopathy, not medicine, and I have been in the natural products and natural wellness industry for almost 40 years. So I love formulating. I've created over 1,000 different natural product formulations over the years, and I'm happy to be here. Weston?
Hey guys, my name is Weston Horn. I'm a nutritional herbalist and I'm board certified in structural integration. I spent the last 16 years in private practice working with people, helping them get well naturally and holistically. And then also I've been a formulator for the greater part of that time and joined forces with Lindsay Duncan a few years ago. And that kind of brings us to what we want to talk about today. I want to give you guys a little bit of background of where this Balance cream hormone formula came from. A lot of what Lindsay and I still spend our time doing is working, one-on-one with people. And what happens when you work one-on-one with people is you see trends and patterns definitely show up, and some things almost dominate the consults as we work with people over time. One of those has been hormones. There's been an absolute invasion on the hormones of the average person from every different source. If you look at what's happening to the pollution of the oceans, the pollution of our food chain, things like BPA, which is an estrogenic compound in its origin, all the way down to skincare and cosmetics, phthalates and parabens, and all these things that are basically disrupting the environment of balance and hormones. It was apparent that we needed to do something about it.
So there's been an invasion of our bloodstream, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
unfortunately. And I've been saying that for 40 years. People thought I was crazy 40 years ago, and now it's all backed up by science. So let's dig into this formula and show why it's brilliant and why it's absorbed and why everybody should be using this.
Yeah. So the first thing that we think about as formulators and practitioners is that we want to create something that's truly natural. So far, the options that have existed in the world of hormones have been bioidentical hormones or chemical interventions. And what we wanted to really do is say, well, what is going to be the most natural and effective option? Of course, this is the things that we work with every single day. And that would be herbs, that would be essential oils, that would be natural compounds. And so we started formulating and putting together a cream that basically would allow these ingredients to get into the body. And the reason why that's so important is that we often talk about this as building or giving the precursors to hormones rather than controlling or dominating or trying to force something upon the body. When you do it in a natural way, you're basically giving the body the building blocks and the precursors to do it itself. So a lot of the compounds, a lot of the herbs in this formula do exactly that. They give precursoring compounds for the body to build hormones correctly. And the most bioidentical hormone is always going to be the one that your own body makes, of course, not one
Right.
that's going to be derived, chemically or otherwise.
Weston, is there clinical evidence behind the top ingredients in the formula?
Every single ingredient that we formulate with has to pass a bar for clinical evidence or we don't use it.
Let me give you just an example. I'm going to give one example and then I want you to give one.
Yep.
So we put chasteberry tree in the formula from the chasteberry tree, and it's absolutely incredible. And if everybody just Googles or ChatGPT, does chasteberry balance human hormones? Is there any clinical evidence that chasteberry supports, enhances the hormones? The answer is going to be absolutely 100% yes. So the real question you want to ask is, what's the mechanism of action? It works on the HPO axis. So we all have heard about the gut-brain axis, but not everybody has heard about the HPO axis. The HPO is basically the hypothalamic, pituitary, and ovarian axis. And what it does is it regulates, absolutely enhances, and it regulates the reproductive hormones. That's critical. Another way it acts on the body, the human body, and the hormones is it increases the luteinizing hormones. So if you look into this, you'll see this is exactly what you want. You don't want man coming in and forcing your hormones to go one way or another way. That's how we get cancers. That's how that starts to break the body down. You want to encourage the body to produce its own balanced hormones, and that's what we're doing. The interesting thing about chasteberry is it does not contain any hormones itself. None.
Yeah.
But it has a mechanism, it has multiple mechanisms of action that do the job for us. It gets the body, it encourages the body to balance this HPO axis that's so important. It gets the body to increase the luteinizing hormones that's so important. And it actually gets the body to favor the progesterone over the estrogen. So part of the problem is that people's estrogen, toxic estrogen levels are too high. And when that happens, you lose the ability to have a balance between estrogen and progesterone. When this herb in itself balances that, and it leans the scale, it tips the scale towards progesterone versus estrogen. That's only one example.
Yeah, and Lindsay, why would you caution people about just jumping first into the chemical hormones or the bioidentical hormones?
Good question. You're forcing, man comes along, thinks he's brilliant, says, I'm going to force this woman's body to produce something, and I'm going to force it I'm going to force the hormones to adjust the way I want them to. It's superimposing on the body. The body doesn't know how to react. And boom, that's when you start getting these estrogen-induced cancers. You got estrogen-induced toxins, you got estrogen-induced cancers, and you got estrogen problems everywhere. You can't force the body to produce and to do the hormones that you think it needs. You have to let the body balance. You have to let the body to support itself. And that's exactly what the formula does.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Like when you start really reading and pouring through all the information out there from the Lancet Journal, the Journal of American Medical Association, the British Medical Journal, New England Journal of Medicine, there's caution there. And people always have to realize that there is a risk reward analysis that has to be done. Okay, this might help my symptoms, but is it going to cause, potential higher risk down the road? So kind of circling that back to the reason why it's so important to do this natural is that should be the first choice that everyone has, right?
Yeah.
We're dealing with this explosion of hormone imbalance. 80% of women going through menopause are going to have moderate to severe symptoms. This is stuff that will interrupt their quality of life, wake them up in the middle of the night because they're having a hot flash, interrupt their sleep, not allow them to build muscle in their later years, which is so important for vitality and health and longevity. And we could just go on and on and on. the first choice should always be the safe choice. And the safe choice is using what we've put into this formula. Now, again, there's maybe place for the medical risk, analysis to come into place down the road. But why wouldn't, you choose the natural one? As an herbalist, this is the thing I've always told people, is that there are natural solutions. There are proper ways of doing things. Why not try that first before you go down the other route?
Yeah, and we don't know the effects of superimposing something on the body.
Mm-hmm.
However, we do know the effects of encouraging the body to do the job that it's supposed to do. And the effects are brilliant. They're beautiful. So it comes down to this. Who knows more about the human body and nature, or man? That's an easy answer. The human body, nature, our bodies know what to do. We have to give them the building blocks to do it. So when people say, well, why does this problem exist? It didn't exist 100 years ago or 200 years ago. Well, the reason why is because of the antibiotics that they're shooting into the animals, and the chemicals and the hormones. They're making these animals grow where they can't even move, and they're breaking their legs by just standing there because they're fattening them up. And they're using hormones to fatten them up so they can sell more and make more money because they get more per pound. And so that along with the plastics, along with the estrogens and the xenoestrogens and the chemicals and all these things, they all do one thing. They remember this word, they disrupt. They disrupt the human hormone balance, period. And what a product like this does is it undisrupts, it balances, it neutralizes, it starts to get the body back to the state of homeostasis, which is what we're all looking for, especially women with their hormones.
Yep. So there's kind of two major ways that this formula does that. We've mentioned kind of the building blocks, giving the body what it needs so it can produce more of its hormones itself. But there's also a lot of these compounds in the formula that we call mimicking compounds. So if you look at something like flaxseed or isoflavones, there's these phytoestrogens. Well, phytoestrogen is not estrogen. Phyto means plant estrogens, and these plant estrogens will come in and basically give the effect of the estrogen being there so that you get a reduction in the symptoms, but then you don't pay the price of everything Lindsay was just talking about, of increased risk of disease, right? Breast cancer, thrombosis, stroke, heart disease. I mean, the list goes on. You don't want to raise those so high that you increase your risk. You want to give those mimicking kind of compounds, and that's all throughout the formula. Multiple different ingredients have that, from the flaxseed to the red clover to the isoflavones. They're very smartly and expertly put there for a reason.
Yeah.
So that would bring us to our next thing of, who do you think this is best for, Lindsay? Who would you recommend uses a formula like this?
I think it's for all women. I mean, I don't know a female body or male body that has not been affected by this hormone disruption. It's like saying, who's not affected by the hormones being shot into animals or being put into our food chain or in our water. The hormones in our water supply. Who's not affected by plastics? Who's not affected by the estrogens, the xenoestrogens, the chemicals, all of the stuff that's bombarding us daily? I don't know anybody. And that's why this is so far reaching, and that's why it's affecting so many people. So for me, if you're a female over 21, 22 and above, I say all the way up to 80s and 90s, I think it's fantastic. Look, Weston, I take the formula. I take the formula, I put it on my inside my forearms, and I do that 4 days a week, and I love it. I can tell that it's balancing my hormones.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. We've trialed this formula with people all the way from 20 years old up to 80-year-old. And what we're seeing is definitely we designed this to be super impactful to the perimenopause, during menopause, post-menopause, right? It's going to give a gentle lift to all those hormones that have been decreasing and diminishing, which is natural during that time, but you still want to retain a certain amount of those hormones. But all the way back, like we're seeing these hormonal imbalances, like Lindsay's saying, in 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
That was never happening 60 years ago, even. That was never happening 100 years ago.
Oh, look at the young girls having their periods so early now that it's absolutely unbelievable. It's actually shocking the
Yep.
age that some of these young girls are now starting their menses. It's unbelievable.
Yep. And a lot of them, the way that that's showing up is anxiety and high estrogen
Yep.
imbalance. And so we
Yep.
specifically designed this formula to be a calming formula to introduce into the body, help reduce those symptoms that people are going through, as well as metabolize those harmful estrogens. Because again, it's not just that you have estrogen in the body, you have types that are a lot more harmful than others. You want
Correct.
to be able to metabolize those types of estrogens and be able to get rid of them.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Weston, what about why did we choose a transdermal? Why did we choose something that you rub on your body when most of the products that we've ever created have been ingestible, something that you ingest versus something that you put on your body, transdermal.
Yeah, so this is actually really fun. This was one of the things that we really sat down and started looking at what we wanted to do. And we said, we got to do something different. So many of the people we work with, just think about this for a second, have gut issues and have digestive issues. And if you think about a supplement that you take, of course, you want to supplement well, but that has to go through a process before it can get through the body. It's got to be going through digestion. It's got to go through the microbiome. It's got to go through absorption.
Liver.
Some people have such impaired digestive systems that are in these hormonal imbalances that is a long process and an inefficient process. So to go even faster and quicker into the delivery system, we chose a transdermal delivery system. So what this is basically a cream that you take a pump of, you apply it on your inner arms, or you apply it on your lower abdomen or your inner thigh. And what we did was we took all the active ingredients and we made them have the ability to absorb through the fat layer of the skin. So just a quick anatomical lesson. If you looked at the top layers of your skin, that's a lipid system. What that means, if I get into the shower and I'm soaking in water, I'm not going to look like a balloon coming out of the shower where I've absorbed all that water, right? That fat layer repels water. Thank goodness, or else we would really blow up when we got into the shower or we got into the hot tub. But what that also means is that if you want to get something directly into the bloodstream, you have to put it in a fat-soluble transdermal system. So all of the extracts that we actually did two types. We did water extracts because some of those compounds extract the best in water, but we also did an oil and fat extract. But then we combined that and did a very proprietary system where we covered everything with phospholipids and fat layer so that as soon as it touches the skin, within 30 seconds, it's in your bloodstream. And I can tell you that this is happening because multiple people we've given this to will put it on and then they go, I can taste the essential oils on my tongue. I can taste it in my mouth. I can feel that throughout my whole body. That's going into your bloodstream and it's not having to go fight through the digestive system. Again, not that that's always a bad thing, but if you want something that's going to work fast and get into the bloodstream and circulate and have that positive effect now on all the glands and all the hormone secreting areas of the body, that's the fastest and most efficient way of doing it.
Yep. I want to share something because what I really want people to do is I want people to question us and I want them to do their own research. This is really important. If you research, if you go to your web browser or you go to ChatGPT and you just say, can hormone creams be absorbed better or more effectively or more efficiently by the body if they are transdermal versus ingestion? Here's what you're going to come up with. I'm going to read just two clinical trials for you that were done. And I'm going to read word for word. When hormones like progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone are taken orally, they pass through the liver first. It's called first pass metabolism, which can reduce their potency before they reach circulation. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that transdermal estrogen therapy avoids liver metabolism, leading to more stable blood hormone levels compared to oral estrogen. Gonna read one more. A 1999 study in the European Journal of Endocrinology compared oral versus transdermal progesterone and found that topical progesterone led to stable hormone levels with fewer side effects than oral progesterone, which undergoes significant breakdown in the liver. Here's the key now. This is really this is the highlight of this formula. Transdermal progesterone has been known to increase tissue levels effectively, even when blood levels appear lower, indicating direct cellular absorption. End quote.
Yep.
Don't know what else to say when we talk about metabolism absorption. So you basically have three philosophies here. You have nature or man. I'm going to choose nature. You have forcing the body or allowing the body to do its job. I'm going to choose allowing. And then you have absorption and difficulty through the first phase of metabolism in the liver, where it breaks down what you're trying to get into the bloodstream, or immediate transdermal absorption into the bloodstream. I will take the immediate bypassing the liver, which is exactly what we're doing.
Yep. So that's it, everybody. We have spent so much time perfecting this formula. We've really dialed it in. We're excited for everyone in the Healthy Home group to try it, and let us know your results as soon as you get it in your hands.
And give yourself 90 days. Most people feel it within the first few weeks, but give yourself 90 full days. You can test before and after if you want to, or you can just feel and enjoy the benefits. But we hope that you all love this formula. We absolutely love it.
Thank you so much, Weston and Dr. Lindsay, for giving us some insights of how balance is actually working in the body. Now, this conversation is certainly a hot topic. It's something that a lot of women are talking about, or maybe even something that they're just learning about of how these imbalances can impact your everyday life. So we have a very special roundtable discussion led by our very own Dr. Amber DeGrassi. And Dr. Amber DeGrassi pulled a group of women together to really talk about how hormone balance and hormone health is at the forefront of a lot of women's minds today.
Hello, everybody. This is Amber DeGrassi. I'm founder of Healthy Home, and what an exciting day. We just released Balance. This is going to change millions of women's lives, and I am so grateful and blessed that I got to spend a weekend with tens of thousands of women looking to be educated on healthy products and healthy solutions for hormone balancing. And I'm here to tell you, people are looking. We have billions of women on the planet right now that are experiencing imbalance in their hormones. I mean, there's over 130 different symptoms that we can have. So we are so happy that Healthy Home has created a powerful solution. And I am here with some powerhouse women today. I've got Jody Hogenhoff, I've got Michelle Heiser and Kelly Duncan Smith. And so I'm so excited that you get to hear from them today. And Jody, I'm going to start with you. You know, Jody, everybody comes to you and talks to you about your hormone balanced body. And so I'd love for you to share a little bit about your experience.
Okay, Amber, thank you so much for having me. I love this. I love being able to talk with a panel of women and just talk girl stuff because it's stuff we all go through. So I had to, well, first, let me start with my age because a lot of people always ask me how old I am. And I am happy to say I'm 58 years old, but I do truly feel like my body is balanced. You know, I had to go through something maybe most women don't have to go through, but I decided to do a full hysterectomy because of family history. But I was afraid of it, Amber. I was afraid because of menopause. You wake up directly in menopause. And I was so nervous, I almost canceled my surgery. I was reading books and just hearing about, you know, the weight gain and the hair loss and no sexual desire. I love my husband of almost 30 years. I didn't want to lose all that. I was afraid, but my physician at the time just really had a plan with me. In fact, as you know, your body talks to you, right? So when people talk about all these different systems, or when women talk about all these different symptoms, I can't relate with that part. And I'm pretty happy because having a balanced body is crucial. Now, with that being said, you know, I want to tell you that I've sent many friends, you know, to my doctor possibly for bioidentical hormones, and it is not for everyone at all. Either some of them, their bodies rejected it, or they just didn't like it, whether it was the pellets or the creams. it worked for me, but I kind of think that I was one of the few, and I'm very grateful it did, but it's not for everyone. Now, the fact that, it's very costly too, that's another thing. I think I actually just checked it. For 3 months for both Peter and myself, we paid over $1,600. And that's not for the masses. Bioidenticals is not for the masses, but hormone balancing is. That's why I was so thrilled when we came out with Balance, because it is for the masses. One, it's affordable. Two, as natural, and all the people were attracting with it. This is what we needed. This is what women needed. This is what the industry needed. So I'm excited to be here and share all this with everybody.
Jody, that is so true. Symptoms are scary. Women are getting insomnia, anxiety, weight gain, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and they don't know if these are individual symptoms or just the fact that their hormones have been imbalanced.
Yeah, it is. It freaked me out. I'm not going to lie. There's so many things out there that women don't understand that really comes from an unbalanced body. And I did a lot of research. Another thing that scared me, and weight gain. I worked very hard. At my age, again, I'm 58, woman in their 50s, it's easy to gain weight, lose your muscle tone, not feel like being intimate with your husband or your partner. That was the scariest for me, but I'm happy to say having that balanced body. And I think that's where a lot of women come up to me. In fact, that's what they would say to my doctor is, I want to look like Jody. And she would start laughing and say, that's her hard work in the gym. However, having my body balanced is easy for me to keep my muscle toned, is easy for me to keep my weight where I want it to be, don't have those extra cravings, or maybe even some different things in our skin, crepiness or anything. And I certainly, have to tell you guys that having a balanced body, I'm not sure who chases who around the room more, me or Peter, but it's worth it just by being balanced for being intimate with your husband. So thank you so much. I love this.
Jody just talked about weight gain. The average woman gains between 5 and 15 pounds when they start having hormonal changes, and it shows up in our stomachs. And it's your body actually trying to produce hormones because your body suddenly reduced them. So our next guest, Michelle Heisner, I'm so excited to speak with, because Michelle, you have luckily been able to try our product and experience. So I'd love you to share a little bit about before you were on the product and then after you're on the product.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm glad, that we're having this conversation. I turned 50 last year. And so that was like a big wake up call for me. And, I spend so much time taking care of people in my family. And I think, as most of us do when we get around to this age, we're taking care of others and we kind of forget to take care of ourselves. And when I was growing up, like my mom, my grandma, there was no conversations about this at all. So I'm really super excited to be here and to be able to have these conversations now. I don't recall like my mom or my grandmother ever talking about any symptoms that they had. I knew like side symptoms that they had, but I didn't know, what it was from. So like for me, I've always had anxiety. It's kind of been a thing that, I've carried around with me, but I've noticed as I've gotten older, it's increased, right? So for me, I didn't realize that I had symptoms, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I didn't realize that all of the things that I was feeling lately was coming kind of from my body being out of balance. So I'm so thankful that I got to try the product, because I've been on it twice. I've had, 2 bottles, and the first time I had taken the bottle, one of the things that I think is super important is I don't like to take supplements. I didn't want to take the hormone replacements. I wasn't interested in that. I was looking for something that was a little more natural. So I was really excited about this. But as I've also gone through life and tried supplements for, the stubborn weight gain or the anxiety or not being able to sleep, none of it was really working. And I couldn't feel in my body that it was working. But what I loved about Balance so much is literally the first application I used, it like almost went directly to my brain. I was talking to Jody about it. I was like, this is going to sound so weird to you, but I feel like this, buzzing in my brain. It wasn't bad. I wasn't anxious. It wasn't anything like that. It was just something to where it actually, I didn't know what it was at first. And then I took it again the second day and I had the same like feeling to it. And I was like, I got really excited because I was like, oh, this is actually going to work. And what I started noticing, I've made some changes. I've, tried to eat more protein. I've tried to do, all the things that everybody's telling you to do, but I got my little batch again. And I noticed the first week that I was back on it, I weighed myself throughout the week. And at the end of the week, I was like, I've lost 5 pounds. Like, I know I'm making some adjustments, but I'm not making anything major, right? But I sat there and I was like, okay, Michelle, well, what did you do different? Like, what happened? Oh, well, I took my walking, was up from like maybe, I don't know, maybe 2,000 steps to I was getting in like 8,000 steps a day. I was walking 2 miles a day. I was waking up, looking, forward to the day. I was excited. I had the energy back. And I kind of sat there for a moment and I was like, what is causing this? And it dawned on me that it was this product. And I mean, I haven't had a cookie. I didn't have a cookie for an entire week. Like that is just, I always had like some kind of sugar craving or even, I was really, these times of the year, this January, February, December is just not a good time for me. I'm in the Midwest. We don't have sun out all the time and it's not good for me. So the thought of getting up and like walking to the kitchen even was just so daunting to me because I was tired all the time. I wasn't sleeping good. I felt so much anxiety and overwhelm. And, that snowballed into, worrying about my health and wanting to be, the best that I could be for my family as well. So with this, the inflammation is going down. The sugar cravings are gone. My stress is like completely leveling out. I don't feel like I'm crazy and, constantly in a state of like fight or flight and worrying. And it also gives this calming effect, which I think as all of us at this time of life are going through many transitions with family, with children, with maybe career changes, we've got a lot of uncertainty. And I love that I can feel that I've got help. I'm not, on my own and it's all natural and it's plant-based. And so I'm so super thankful that I had the opportunity to try the product out because it gave me hope that things are going to be different this time and that this is actually going to work.
Oh, I love that, Michelle. And I'll tell you, when you said that, you can feel it in the brain, the truth is that's where we get the results. I mean, when 80% of women have hot flashes, you'll feel it in the body, but it actually comes from a misfiring in your neurons in your brain. And usually you get that signal from your hormones, and as they decline, that signal goes away and it misfires and it shows up in the body. And so when you said you felt in the brain, it's like that's exactly we actually experience our symptoms in the body, but it's all the signaling that comes from in our brain when our hormones are balanced. So I'm so excited you've had a chance to try the product. I know how excited everybody else is to get the product too. So thank you. You can see that this is impacting women's health across the globe. And it used to be that, you would think of only hormone imbalances as women got more and more mature. But what we're experiencing in the planet right now is women are having hormone imbalances as young as their 20s and their early 30s. And so it's so critical. And so Kelly Duncan Smith, our powerhouse, beautiful leader in front of us, I'd love to ask you some questions because you work with women all around the world. And what are you hearing and experiencing from them?
So first off, thank you for having me here. I'm super excited. So I have been in a world of women. I was a realtor for many, many years, which is 90% women. And now I'm in this industry. So I have been in around women all the time. And it's always been this hush, hush, quiet, quiet. People don't like to talk about menstrual cycles, hormones, like all of these things. But because when you're working with somebody buying or selling a house, you become really close to them. And I would hear everything from, Kelly, I'm gaining weight. I don't want to have intercourse with my husband anymore. And I feel terrible because I love him, but I just don't feel like it. I don't have any energy. I'm experiencing vaginal dryness. I had somebody was telling me how somebody thought they were pregnant and it was from the menopausal bloat. The list is endless of what a woman's body goes through between having the babies and then raising the babies and then all these crazy cycles that we do. So I'm literally cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to have balance and to be able to bring this to the world and to just truly, truly help women be balanced.
You know, I would like to chime in there if you don't mind, Kelly, because you hit something on the head again. Because when women, you know, think of hormonal changes, I think they always go to either post-peri or, you know, being in menopause. But we have to think, as Amber mentioned, you know, there's women seeing hormonal changes in their 20s and 30s. And guess what? They're having babies in their 20s and 30s. Think about even PMS, what their bodies go through. That's hormonal imbalance. Going through pregnancy, postpartum, it's your happiest time of your life and you're crying. It's your hormones. So this is so widespread with when you really think about what, you know, hormones do to your body, because there are tons and tons of different hormones in your body. And if one is out of whack, you don't feel good.
Well, and Jody, I'm gonna chime in on that too, because I think for me, for my situation, I think a lot of times too, women maybe that didn't grow up, like I mentioned before, my mom and my grandma, we never like talked about this. So I didn't have anything to go off of. So a lot of the symptoms that I had, I didn't even realize had to do with the fact that my hormones weren't balanced. So finding that it actually exists and starting those conversations and, oh, maybe you're feeling this way because your body isn't balanced, because obviously it's not. That I think that gives some reassurance too to everybody moving forward that, hey, it may not just be anxiety. It may not just be you ate too many cookies this week. Like there's something going on inside your body and we have a solution.
I
You
love
know-
that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dr.
No,
Amber.
Go ahead, Kelly. Go ahead. This is what we get. We get women together and we
Right?
all
Yep.
Kelly first.
Well, I was just I was going to say with what you were talking about, Michelle, was you know, and Jody, you too, about our bodies being balanced. And that's one of the things that I think is so incredible about this product, because you know, people go and they do get the bioidenticals and they have to go back in 90 days. And now now you have too much estrogen, or now you have too much progesterone, or whatever they're called. So they go back and every 90 days they're checking in. This product, what fascinated me, truly fascinated me about this, is it balances your hormones. So if your body has too much estrogen, you're going to urinate it out. It's truly balanced. That was just mind-blowing to me, and I'm just so excited to bring this to everybody.
It is extremely, you know, that's important, because a lot of people will say, oh gosh, you know, yeah, being on bioidenticals, you're going to spike this, spike that. Trust me, having a balanced body, and I love to say that, having a balanced body, my body speaks to me. I can tell you when something is not right. And your body will speak to you again when your body is balanced, because of the way you feel, your energy, your sleep, your just everything involved in it. And women that watch this, if you really pay attention to your body, it talks to you more than you think it does. Because when you're feeling something different, you're out of balance. I can tell you that.
You know what, you said that, Jody. That's one of the things that Michelle, when I was touching base on, women are going to the doctor and they're saying, hey, you know, you've got weight gain, or you have high blood pressure, or all of a sudden you have insomnia, you're not sleeping. 65% of women are not sleeping, and they don't realize it because they'll go, oh, I went to bed for 6 hours, not realizing they woke up 10 times. And so, you know, and then they'll go, oh, I've got hot flashes, or I've got night sweats, which are impacting 80% of women. And so they're going to doctors and they're saying, I'm having panic attacks. So have never had anxiety a day in their life. And all of a sudden, you know, they can't get through their work day. So it's impacting their relationships, their work. It's impacting everything in their lives. And so having balanced hormones, you know, you're right, Jody, you're saying your body speaks to you. People are going and they're saying, hey, I need something for anxiety. Hey, I need something for blood pressure. But when you balance your body balances itself. And that is why this is so critical. This is like a cry out for women around the world that we're going to be able to change lives with this product.
Well, and
I absolutely,
my sleep did change a lot with this for sure, because I was waking up several times in the middle of the night. I was tossing and turning. I think even just being just within the first week, I probably picked up an extra hour, hour and a half of sleep. But when I woke up in the morning, like nothing was disturbed around me. You know what I mean? I could have slid out of bed and nobody would have known anybody was in there. So, and I think that's a huge component to how we feel throughout the day. We're not getting enough sleep.
I think what's important too, Amber, if we can touch on this a little bit, it's important to say that we're not putting hormones with this product. We're not putting hormones in the body, right? So it's just all natural plant-based. We are just balancing what your body has and what you need. So I think it's good to touch on that for a second.
Yeah, so excited for what we have. And you guys heard Dr. Lindsay and Weston and their powerful experience of what they've done to bring this product with us to market. And so I know all the lives that we're going to change. This is just the beginning. Now it's every single woman that we know, women we love, we play so many roles as women, get it in their hands, and we're going to see a ripple effect happen around the world.
I
Can
absolutely.
I add one
Yeah.
more thing?
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, when we came here to Healthy Home and I was excited and I was calling people to tell them about our products, I must have had at least 20 women say, please tell me it's something with hormones. Please tell me it's something with hormones. Like, this is something that isn't talked about openly, but we're all slowly dying inside. So I think it's such an important thing that we're actually have this product to bring to the world and quiet the beast of the whispers that keep going around.
I think it's important to talk about it because it's truly what we go through. And when you have a group of women that are willing to be open and transparent what's going on with their body, it helps so many people not be shy about it or not want to talk about it, or even women that told me that they thought something was wrong with them.
Oh, yeah.
So women need to know that this is normal. They're okay. So I'm all about helping people. And Amber, I have to tell you this, it's pretty funny because I will, kind of pique interest a little bit by saying what happens in your body, maybe during pregnancy or even at the, when our body goes through some change, and right away they don't miss a beat. Hormones, hormones, hormones. So people know about it, but are a little afraid to talk about it. So I'm glad we're doing this.
And there's not as many solutions. So this is one of the biggest things. Women will go see their doctor. And as Michelle, you touched base on, so did you, Jody and Michelle, that we can't take this product and can't take a product for bioidenticals. They can't take HRT. They are not able to take the pellets, or they can't afford it, or their doctors will send them home and say, there's nothing wrong, you're just aging. And so it's so critical to have balance and to have a solution for women that they can have that's plant-based and all natural. And it was one of our first things when we first started with Healthy Home, and it's taken us 2 years to bring this beautiful product to market, but I can't wait to change all the lives we're going to.
There's one other thing I want to touch on because this is important just with women I've talked to over time, Amber, is that women just think at the age of 40, our bodies change, right? At the age of 50, our bodies change. Okay, well, it's just supposed to because I'm a woman. I'm going to deal with it. That makes me sad because women don't have to feel sad or depressed or don't have the energy to do this or feel bad because they don't want to have intercourse or their mood changes or they don't have clarity. And anybody that watches this, you do not have to feel that way. I am one to tell you, being in my late 50s right now, I couldn't be more grateful to have a balanced body where I could speak on this because I'm all about helping women and I'm doing it one woman at a time. So thank you, Amber and Healthy Home, for bringing this product to market.
Oh, I'm so grateful, you guys, for your time today and everything that you've shared. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amber. Special thank you to Jody, Michelle, and Kelly for being a part of that powerful panel. And what I love about this is not just the launch of our new product, Balance, but that Healthy Home can be at the forefront of this conversation, that we can bring out of the shadows this conversation of hormone health, because I think it's going to impact so many women. So many women out there maybe don't even understand they're experiencing the symptoms of hormonal imbalance. And the fact that we get a lead out in this conversation excites me, because it's one of those things that we believe at Healthy Home, that when we can have conversations, when you can be educated in what's happening in your body and in the walls of your home, it allows you to improve the health of your home. So thank you so much to that panel. That'll be the first of many conversations that we have around women's health, and we want to be at the forefront of that. So thank you guys so much for participating in that. Now, everyone's excited. I know we now have launched our product. Now, the question I'm sure a lot of you are asking is, how does it work? When are we actually going to be able to place an order? When are we going to be able to ship this product out to you? And we have all those answers. So I'm going to introduce our Vice President of Operations and Marketing, Josh McKell, to give you all the details on this exciting new product launch.
Amazing. Thank you, Steve, and thank you to our Healthy Home family for allowing me to be part of this amazing product announcement. Balance has been something that we've been working on for almost a year now, and it's really exciting to see this finally being shared with each and every one of you. And I know that you're just as excited as we all are here at Home Office. So let's go through some of the details. We are pre-launching this product today. So it is available tonight for pre-order in both the US and Canada. So you can head over to the site right after this call and you can place your order today. How the pricing will work, we have our wholesale pricing as well as enrollments. So our wholesale pricing is going to be based on a 1 or a 2-pack. A 1-pack in the US is going to be $139 with 90 CV and 120 QV. In Canada, it will be 142 Canadian dollars with 90 CV and 120 QV. And then for the 2-pack, one-time purchase or wholesale pricing, you are going to spend $278 with 180 CV and 240 QV attached. And then in Canada, that will be 284 Canadian dollars with the same CV and the same QV. And we know that you have a list of individuals that you've talked to about Healthy Home and you want to get them enrolled. Well, they can enroll with a 2-pack of this amazing product. So the 2-pack is going to be the same pricing for that enrollment, and we want you to pre-order and share this with absolutely everyone. And we don't want you to wait either. So we are doing a fun promotion for everyone that purchases. So if I purchase between now and Sunday the 16th, I am going to get a couple extra kickers. If I purchase the 1 SKU, I am going to receive, or the 1-pack, I will receive 10 points towards our latest announced Passport to Paradise to Hawaii. So this is a great way to jumpstart those points and not only get your hands on amazing product, but also head to Hawaii with us. And then if I buy the 2-pack, I'm going to receive 25 points towards that same incentive trip. And it doesn't end there. Okay, so we wanted to do a little bit more because we know how amazing this product is. We've heard the testimonials from the amazing women who've already been using it, and we want you to get your hands on it. We don't want you to miss out. So for everyone that purchases a 2-pack between today and Sunday, March 9th, you will also receive an exclusive Balance t-shirt. This t-shirt is clean, crisp, and balanced. And it's a great way to be a part of this amazing historical launch. You will be able to select your size in the checkout. So after you put the 2-pack in your cart, between now and Sunday, you'll have an option to select your size. Go ahead and select your size, and then the shirts will ship out with the product. And this is going to be limited to just 1 per account. Okay, I know many of you are wondering, when is this product actually shipping out? The product is going to ship out. We are targeting the week of March 30th. So this is critical. We are not going to do any split ships. So if you are going to pre-order this product, be sure to just put Balance in your cart. Don't add any of our other products because those products will not ship until Balance is in our warehouse and shipping out. Again, we are targeting the week of March 30th. Those t-shirts too, for everyone that takes part in that promotion, those will ship out with Balance. So you'll select your size and we'll have that size in with your pre-order. Okay, now is the time to close out this call, to end it. Thank you again, Steve. Thank you to our Healthy Home family. And now go out and get your Balance today.
Thank you so much, Josh. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, Healthy Home's next natural product breakthrough, Balance. I hope each and every one of you have caught a vision of how impactful this product can be. There are millions of women around the world, billions of women around the world that are experiencing some of these hormonal imbalance symptoms, and they may not even know it. And the fact that you are now in a position with a plant-based natural product that it can impact and help them balance their hormones to alleviate some of these symptoms really puts you in a special circumstance. So I hope you can catch a vision of exactly what this product is, what the potential of this product is, and the ability to get out there and share it with millions of women in need. This is an exciting evening. I think it is a game-changing product for Healthy Home, and we are going to see in the coming weeks and coming months just how much need there is for this product. So a huge shout out to everyone that was involved in this project, certainly our marketing team, our Josh for giving us the details, the panel from earlier, and our doctors and scientists to help us get to this point. But I really want to thank each and every one of you, because without you in this partnership, we would not be able to bring out products that we believe can change the world, that can improve the life of your home and those that you care about. So with that said, everyone have a wonderful night. And thank you for being a part of this exciting product launch for Balance.